Hello, YouTube. The NASA specialists who work with the Kepler Space Telescope counted about 400 billion stars in the Milky Way. This is our galaxy, and as many, if not more, planets, among which at least, listen to this, 300 million are similar to Earth. That is about as many planets as suitable for life, as the Astronomical Journal reported at the time. These planets are rocky, ranging in size from half to 1.5 terrestrial, revolve around stars like the Sun, and are located in the so-called habitable zone, where it is warm enough for water on the surface to exist in liquid form. With such an abundance of habitable worlds, thousands or even tens of thousands of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations must exist only in the Milky Way, and in the rest of the universe they probably cannot be counted. But other sentient, intelligent beings have basically not been seen or heard from. The famous Fermi paradox, expressed in 1950 by Enrico Fermi, an Italian-born American physicist and Nobel Prize winner, is quite upsetting. Let me remind you, according to legend, back in the middle of the last century, once during a lunch, the physicist listened to his colleagues who proved that the universe was simply teeming with intelligent beings. And he asked in turn, well, where are they? His colleagues could not find anything to say. The apparent contradiction, the vast universe, and the lack of contact with its other inhabitants was later called the Fermi paradox. A quarter of a century later, an addition was made by the Englishman Michael Hart. He put it in the sense that if there were thousands of alien civilizations, they would have reached us millions of years ago. Well, maybe at least some of them. To date, no one from other worlds has reached us, according to hard science. And they didn't get in touch. At least there is no serious scientific evidence of contacts. And this, according to skeptics, is the most convincing argument in favor of the fact that there are no intelligent aliens at all. Enthusiasts still believe that intelligent life started not only on Earth, and they interpret the paradox in different ways. That is, they put forward hypotheses, answering Fermi's question, well, where are they? The most recent explanation was recently given by Professor of Astronomy Frederick Walter. He teaches a course on the search for extraterrestrial life at the Stony Brook University in New York. The scientist's opinion is this: extraterrestrial civilizations are not visible or heard because by now they have become extinct. They were destroyed by gamma ray bursts, GRB, the death rays, powerful flashes of hard gamma radiation. Perhaps along with intelligent beings, all other living creatures that were found on habitable planets also perished. There is nothing more destructive in the universe than GRB, explains the professor. The rays are focused, each one contains enormous energy, as much as the sun releases in several billion years. One such ray, which is 1 quintillion times, 1 with 19 zeros, brighter than the sun, passing through the plane of the galaxy, can sterilize about 10% of the planets in it. According to Walter, every 100 million years or so, at least one gamma ray burst occurs in any galaxy, or even a dozen, according to other available estimates. Therefore, during the existence of the Earth, the Milky Way was pierced from 45 to 450 death rays. After such a bombardment of aliens, either there were no aliens at all or only a few remained, like us, and it is not a fact that the survivors are sufficiently developed. Here is the solution to the Fermi paradox. There is no one around with whom one could communicate culturally. Either everyone has died out, or they have not reached an acceptable technical level. Humanity is still alive because it has not fully experienced the effects of the death race, although they seem to have reached our planet. It is possible that it was the GRB that caused two mass extinctions, about 350 and 450 million years ago. Fortunately, people were incredibly lucky. They had not appeared yet. Recently, we were lucky once again. Well, almost. In October 2022, life on Earth could have been destroyed by the gamma ray burst GRB 221009A. This ray, called BOT, is short for brightest of all time. There is no brighter. It was 1,000,000 trillion times brighter than the sun. The Earthlings were saved by the fact that, firstly, it only slightly touched the planet on a tangent. Secondly, the radiation source itself was located in another galaxy at a distance of 2.4 to 1.9 billion light years. If that cannon, so to say, was located somewhere in the Milky Way, even at its very edge, pestilence on Earth would definitely be provided, so to say. According to the authors of the publication who told about the cataclysm in the journal Nature Communications. But it didn't quite get through. The ray, which came from such an unimaginable distance, had the strength to burn a hole in the Earth's ionosphere, distort it, change the electric field in the atmosphere, causing electrical chaos. The ionosphere still cannot recover from the impact. Numerous anomalies were recorded by several space observatories, Swift, Fermi, Integral. We feel their consequences by observing the vagaries of the weather, much of which are from the category of like even the old-timers will not remember. It looks like GRB 221009A produced a supernova. Signs pointing to it were discovered 170 days after the explosion by astrophysicists at Northwestern University using the James Webb Space Telescope, as reported in the journal Nature Astronomy. It is bitter to realize, but it is the universal tragedies associated with the death of aliens as a result of natural space disasters that will help us still find them, those aliens. Unfortunately, not the living ones, but the dead ones, and thus make sure that Earth is not the only planet on which life originated. There are, or rather were, others. At one time, British scientist Jack O'Malley James from the University of St Andrews in the UK and his colleagues, led by J. Farihi from the University of Leicester, UK, proposed to look for traces of destroyed life. The essence of the idea is as follows. Biomass decomposing releases the gas methanethiol, which persists in the atmosphere for 350 years, then turning into more stable ethane. These so-called biosignatures should be searched for. The presence of either one gas or another in the star system will indicate that at least large animals and plants once lived there. Methanethiol and ethane in quantities recognizable from Earth from a distance of tens of thousands of light years appear as a result of mass extinctions of living beings. And mass extinctions occur after the exposure to the death rays. By the way, 350 and 450 million years ago, the Earth for some time suspiciously strongly smelled first of methanethiol and then of ethane. Now scientists are reassuring. According to their data, there are no potential sources of gamma ray bursts near the solar system. Let's live for now. That's what I wanted to let you know today This is a very interesting presentation that I found from the Russian websites. It's I have my own views, but I wanted to present it to you and tell you that I have other videos about the gamma ray radiation and so forth, gamma ray bursts, and you can find them if you're interested by doing search in my channel. And if you like my research, please support it through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.